them if they...
Oh my goodness. Another.
Oh, I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't see myself. Okay. If you were listening to our live conversation with Papa B, it seems that we're doing collaboration effort po sa channel na po niya. This is what I've been ina-addict akong yung collaboration po. Finally, I have a like-minded blogger na magaling, na tulad ni Papa B, na papayag. Gagawin po namin yung collaboration po namin sa channel niya. Hello, Daniel. Okay. I've been offering this collaboration effort sa iba-ibang bloggers, pero I don't know why they are hesitant. It's a collaboration effort naman sa kanilang channel mangyayari, hindi sa channel ko. So, yung revenue ay mapupunta sa kanila. Okay. Are you ready now, Mrs. First?
Yep.
Okay. Huwag na tayong paligo-ligo pa. Pupunta na tayo sa actual news story. Sayang, yung mga nahuli, hindi makikita yung news about the OFW worker na tinawag na hero sa Israel. Okay. So, good morning, Gin Joggers. Okay. Pero, my favorite Londonera, wala ka bang hangover? Okay, here is first.
Here are some headlines from news media that validate Tatay's analysis and opinions.
Ewan ko ba kung bakit ako lang ang medyo nagbabalita ng importanteng news that the world news organization view as important. Kung importante sa kanila, ibig sabihin, it is earth-shaking balita. Hindi yan basta-basta balita kung kanilang ibabalita sa kanilang mga news outlet. Sinabi ko na noon ng US before na lilitaw ang mabalitang to. Sabi ko sa inyo, I was definite in my analysis that the US will come out in the open, that it will defend the Philippines. Sinabi ko yan. Oh, dito po ang pagpapatunay.
From Sky News of UK.
UK is Britain po. Britanya, napakalayo.
South China Sea. US warns China of intervention after collision with ships from Philippines in contested waters. Citing a 1951 treaty, Washington has warned China it is obligated to defend the Philippines. If their boats come under attack after two collisions in the South China Sea. By Dylan Donnelly, news reporter, Monday, 23 October 2023.
Katatapos lang ng LS ko niyan
52.
na sinabi ng Britain, ang US daw ay nagsalita na i-defend tayo. Sino nauna?
From Market Watch, US repeats warning it will defend Philippines after China ships ram vessels in Manila. Published October 23, 2023 at 6:50 a.m. ET by Associated Press.
Paano ko nalaman yan? Analysis po. Analysis po ang ginawa ko. Kaya ko naunahan silang maglabas sa balita. Okay. Another example.
From Washington Times, U.S. renews warning, will defend Philippines after incidents with Chinese vessels in South China Sea, by Jim Gomez and Simina Minyanu. Monday, October 23, 2023.
Hindi ko na ilagay yung mga detalya kasi pare-parehas naman yun. What is important is magtiwala kayo sa akin. Sa aking analysis po. Hindi. Ewan ko, mas magagaling magsalita yung ibang bloggers pero ewan ko lang sa analysis.
Those we call heroes. Filipino caregiver paid off terrorist, saved herself and 95-year-old employer Camille Gisalba, opened wallet, handed over $370 intended for a trip home, and smartphone by TOI staff. Today, 4:36 p.m. The Times of Israel. Israel at War, Day 19.
Ito po, ang heading po niyan is those we call heroes. Tinawag po siya na isang hero for saving the life of herself and her 95-year-old na inaalagaan. Mautak, matalino yung Pilipino.
That's so touching.
Yeah, it's just so touching. That makes us, my wife was a former OFW worker here in the States. When she first came to the States, she was on a working visa. And she had 5 years working visa dito sa States bago siya ulit umuwi sa Pilipinas. Kasi mahal niya siguro ako kaya hindi niya ako matiis. But she was an OFW worker. That's why malapit ang puso ko sa OFW. Because my wife was once an OFW worker. Okay. That's the whole truth. Kaya nga, 2 sets of kids kami. 10 years apart. Yung first 2 kids, and then the next 2 kids, 10 years apart. Because she was an OFW worker. So, that's a side story. Pero ito nakaka-touch, nakaka-proud. Ito, pwede itong gamitin ng mga vloggers na heading sa kanilang show. Hindi ako nagdadamot. Okay.
October 7, by giving a Hamas terrorist who had broken into their Gaza border home the savings she had prepared for a planned trip to the Philippines 2 days later. Jerusalem, October 22, 2023. Facebook, used in accordance with Clause 27A of the Copyright Law. A quick-thinking Filipino caregiver saved her life and that of her 95-year-old employer, Nitsa. I didn't get the last name. Nitsa H. Nitsa Hefetz on.
Qué problema.
I didn't put that.
Okay. Okay.
He said, I opened my wallet and told him to take everything I had, NIS 1,500, basically $370, just to save myself and Nitsa. The carer, Camille Gisalba, told the Ynet news site. I showed him the plane ticket and asked him just not to take that.
Hindi mo magagamit ng terorista yung plane ticket. Bakit mo uwi mo siya sa Pilipinas? Umiyak na yung dictator.
No?
Akala ko umiyak. Pero mo, ibinigay niya ang pera niya na pang-uwi sa Pilipinas. Just to save yung employer niya sa kanya. Okay.
The terrorists then asked if there was more money in the house in Kibbutz Nirim and water property just Lava 31 behind him. He took Gisalva's smartphone and eventually left.
Okay, he left. Okay.
It's a miracle that I stayed alive, she told Wynette. I told my mother that I was going to die, and I asked her to send me a picture of my son because I felt that I wouldn't get out of this alive. She has not seen her son for
Yeah,
7 years old for a year and a half.
okay. So pauwi siya, may $370 ang naipon, ibinigay niya sa terorista. Okay. So, akala niya mamamatay na siya eh. Okay.
Gisalva locked herself and Hefetz in the protected room where they spent several hours until help arrived. Having previously worked in Dubai, she understood that the people talking very aggressively first outside the house and then inside were doing so in Arabic.
Okay.
Suddenly, she found herself standing in front of the terrorists. There were a lot of them, and I was sure they would kill us, she recalled. I stood up and said to one of them, "Hello, sir." Then he asked me, "Where is the money?"
Kakatakot.
Nitsa woke up and wanted to protest, and he started yelling at her. She went on. I was scared. I told her, "Nitsa, please be quiet." And I looked at him. So, is Nitsa male or female? I saw that he was getting nervous, and I was even more worried. I told him, "Please, sir."
Siya lalaki.
Please, sir, and doesn't understand anything. No, babae. She is old and doesn't understand anything. Please don't do anything.
Akala ko.
Yeah. You know, Filipinos have difficulty. I myself do it sometimes. Kasi you is a new, he or she is a neutral gender.
Ay, babae nga. Susunod na ka.
After the terrorists left, the two women remained hugging each other in the protected room until Israeli soldiers arrived. Gisalva canceled her flight to the Philippines to remain with Hefetz.
Kaya masyadong loyal yung OFW
I
worker.
feel like I can't leave her. Like she's my best friend, she said. She trusts me and I trust her. She hopes to fly home in a month.
Yeah. Thank God she's safe. Thank God she's a hero. Thank God because of her quick thinking. He and her employer, she and her employer were saved by her quick thinking action of giving up her money.
Hefet's daughter, Yael Arieli, 74, who lives in Kibbutz Shar Hagolan in the northern Jordan Valley, said Gisalva had contacted her on that dreadful morning, very stressed and scared. Calling her an angel, she said Gisalva had saved the life of her mother, who has lived on Kibbutz Nirim for 70 years.
Okay. That's the first news po. Ulit. Maganda itong example ng kabayanihan ng Pilipino, kaloyal po ng Pilipino sa kanilang pinagtatrabahuan at sa mga amo. Wala pong puot sa kanilang puso. Nakaka-inspire po ang istoryang ito. Okay. Sunod na balita po.
PCO calls for collaborative efforts towards informed, mindful, digitally responsible society. October 25, 2023. GovPH.
Okay.
Presidential Communications Office, PCO, Secretary Chiloy Belicaria Garafil urged the public and private sectors on Wednesday to continue working for a more informed, mindful, and digitally responsible society amid the proliferation of fake news.
Yan nga yan ang pinaglalaban ko dito sa vlogging community. Dapat may credible evidence kayo. Dapat hindi haka-haka. Dapat hindi lang puro opinion. Dapat may present kayo na a credible news source, credible videos po. Tinong nangawagan na ang ating gobyerno. So, Presidential Communications Office Secretary, si Secretary Garafil. Yan ang gusto ng ating presidente. Bakit naglilipa na ang fake news? Bakit naglilipa na ang negative opinion sa mga vloggers? Bakit gusto niyo yan? Dito sa channel po natin ay wala akong bangayan. Only straight news. Only straight discussion. Ay nako. I'm so frustrated.
Secretary Garfield also emphasized that the collaboration between the private and public sectors is of paramount importance, especially in the age of easily accessible information and of ever-expanding digital space.
Okay. Kaya mag-ingat tayo sa mga ating binababalita. Mag-ingat tayo sa mga komentaryong peke katulad yung ginawa ni Sas Rogando. Na pinipilit niya. Ibaling ang pansin natin sa Vietnam kung ang talagang problema ko ay ang China. Dapat magkaroon ng responsible dapat ang mga vloggers po may ethics po. May ethics. Importante po yan. Dito sa channel na ito, may ethics po ang ating channel. Kaya siguro walang nagpupunta kasi ethical ang ating channel. Ang gusto nila, bangayan, yung siraan siraan sa kanyang politiko. Yun ang gusto nila. Pero dito wala po yan. Diretso pong diskusyon ang ating ginagawa po dito sa channel ko. Okay. Tapos na yan?
Mhm.
Okay.
Secretary Garfield.
Tapos na yata yan. Okay.
Czech Republic to send trade missions to Philippines next year for defense tie-up, agriculture and investments. October 24, 2023, GovPH, seeing the opportunities in the Philippines, the Czech Republic said it is organizing visits to the country involving high-ranking government officials and business delegation for possible partnerships on defense, agriculture, and other areas.
That's it. Make a commentary. So, galing po yun sa Czech Republic. Saan yan? Sa may Upper Europa. Bakit nagpupunta rito kay PBB? Kasi impress sila kay PBB. Oh. Ito, tutulong daw ang Czech Republic in defense, depensa, another na nagboluntaryo na tulungan ang ating bansa dahil kay PBBM. Napakagaling talaga ng ating presidente. Tutulungan pa tayo sa area ng agrikultura. Diba? Napakagaling po. Sama pala, nandito na po si Charlene Kim. I'm so glad you're here, Charlene Kim. Your loyalty to me is very much appreciated po. Okay. So,
The opportunities are here. We just need to grab them. And I'm pleased to mention that just in the next year, we will start here with the visit of the Foreign Committee of our Parliament on so much important defense and security issues of the regional geopolitics. Czech Republic Ambassador to the Philippines, Harel
I'm pronouncing.
H something said as he presented his credentials to President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday.
Okay. So, binibigyan na lang ng emphasis yung pagtulong nila sa defense. Tutulungan pa tayo sa agriculture, sabi ko na.
But later on in the year, we plan on bringing our Minister of Agriculture to Manila. Are you going to make a comment?
Tapos mo.
And to the Philippines, where we want to. Naturally, our ministers travel accompanied with business delegations. So, carefully selected companies that are interested in doing business with the Philippines, with the Filipino companies, and investing in Philippines.
I'd like to make a comment. Kaya nga, ayaw ko magbitaw. Si PBBM sa position ng Department of Secretary of Agriculture. Kasi agrikultura Gustong, kung ikaw ang businessman, di ang gusto mong makausap ay yung pinakamataas na direkta involved dun sa areang gusto mong pag-investan. Ang gusto nilang pag-investan is agriculture. Sino pa ang tataas sa presidente? Na siyang Department of Agriculture Secretary. Yun na mga gustong patalsikin sa si PBBM sa kanyang peto. Ewan ko ba anong iniisip na? Galit lang ba sila kay PBBM? Okay. Nakita na.
Asian Games 2023 medalists to receive presidential citation and cash incentives. October 24, 2023, Gov.ph.
Nakita natin sa previous LS ko, nakagaganap lang, na talagang binigyan ng insentibo ang ating mga atleta ng ating mahal na presidente.
All 33 Filipino medalists will receive a presidential citation in recognition, demonstrated excellence and achievements in their respective sports during the recently concluded 2023
Asian Games
in Hangzhou, China, thereby increasing national interest and awareness of sports among the youth and other aspiring Filipino athletes.
Di ako masyadong magkokomentaryo ito.
Each of the medalists will receive incentives from the Philippine Sports Commission, PSC, through the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, PAGCOR, totaling 19.1 million pesos. Additional incentives from the Office of the President, amounting to a collective 22.8 million pesos, will also be granted.
Okay.
PBBM vows to revive Philippine agri-fishery sector after years of neglect.
Okay.
October 25, 2023, GovPH. The president said that his administration is facing a monumental task
Uh,
developing and modernizing the Philippine agri-fishery sector, which has been left behind for decades.
oh. Ito, una, sinabi niya ang dahilan. For decades. Ang dekada po ay composed of 10 years. 10 years ang one day dekada. Decades ang sinasabi. Siguro 3 dekada ang sinasabi niya. Pinabayaan po ng past administration. Kaya, yan, mas lalong, ayaw ko mag-resign siya kasi baka pag binigay niya sa iba, mapapabayaan ulit yan. Kailangan si Presidente ang talagang mangunguna para masolba ang problema sa agri-fishing industry. So, balita lang po to, minimal discussion and opinion giving.
Kaya po, ito po ay napakalaking trabaho.
Sande, yan. Kaya po, napakalaking trabaho. Hindi kakayanin niya ng isang tao. Hindi po Superman. Si PBB, kailangan niya lahat ng makakalap niyang tulong mula sa ating opisyal ng gobyerno at saka sambahin ng Pilipino. Kaya inuulit ko, wag na tayong mag-away. Mag-unity team tayo. Ilang beses na sinasabi yan ni Presidente. Kaso yung iba, gusto pa rin pagawain ang kanya-kanyang paboritong politiko. Okay.
Kaya kailangan po natin, hindi kaya ng pamahalaan na nag-iisa na gawin lahat ito. Kaya kailangan po natin ang tulong ninyo.
Nanghihingi ng tulong ang ating Presidente. Bakit po tayo ay hindi natin binibigay ang tulong sa kanya? Nagtataka lang ako. Kakulang yata na natitira. Makulit na gustong tulungan ng Presidente. Tulungan ng unit team. Okay.
Kailangan namin ang sipag ninyo. Kailangan namin ang advice ninyo dahil kayo ang nakaharap sa mga problema ng agrikultura na dinadaanan natin ngayon, said the President.
Okay. Yan ay dinabanggit niya yung Federation of Free Farmers po. Okay.
Kaya po ay asahan po ninyo ang ating pamahalaan. Ang inyong gobyerno ay nandito po upang gawin ang lahat upang tulungan ang ating mga magsasaka at makapag-produce ng magandang ani na makapangisda ng sapat para sa ating mga kababayan at maipagbili naman ito sa presyo na abot kaya ng ating mga mamayan.
What better explanation can I have than can we have except the Pbbm explanation? Kasi konektado yan. Kung maganda ang kita ng mga mangingisda at saka magsasaka, ay bababa po ang presyo ng mga bilihin na agrikultura. Kung bababa po ang presyo ng bilihin ng agrikultura, di magbibinipisyo ang mamamayan natin. Kaya inuulit ko, tulungan po natin si Presidente in his call for unity.
At kasabay din diyan ay kailangan naman ay may magandang hanap buhay ang ating mga magsasaka at ang ating mga fisher folk.
Anong kabataan
President
ko, tinatawag namin na fisherman. Ngayon na pala, fisher folk na pala tawag. Yeah. Di ba nung bata tayo, Mrs. First, fisherman yan?
Yep,
Paano naging fisher po?
I have no clue.
Masyado na tayo nasa States. Ganun. At
PB
panibagong istorya na naman.
PBBM reaffirms commitment to enhance Philippine agricultural productivity and lessen dependence on importation.
Ayan.
October 25, 2023, GovPH.
Another balita. Ang aim niya is yung ba, malesen ang dependensya natin sa mga imported rice at saka agricultural products.
I wish to reaffirm one of the top priorities of this administration, which is the enhancement of our agricultural productivity, the guarantee of our food supply, the affordability of our food supply, and our lessening dependence on importation. This includes pursuing policies that will support and protect the overall welfare of our farmers, our fishers, our manufacturers, and the consuming public, President Marcos said.
Okay. Self-explanatory na yan. Hindi kailangan kung magbigay ng opinion o diskusyon. Sinabi na ng magaling nating president kung ano ang pakay niya.
The chief executive, who is also the concurrent secretary of the Department of Agriculture, also highlighted that the department has allocated 4.73 billion pesos as an investment of the large-scale agriculture and fishery mechanization and modernization.
Talaga, balak niya, i-modernize po ang agriculture and fishery sector ng Pilipinas. Magagawa niyan kasi siya ang Secretary of Department of Agriculture. Mechanization and modernization. Bakit importante yan? Because if we are mechanized, our cost of producing rice and agricultural products will be much lesser. We will be very competitive sa ating mga karatig ng bansa. Okay.
President Marcos explained that all of the plans, programs, and priorities of the administration are now in the pipeline due to the constant cooperation of the farmers' groups, such as the FFF. I don't.
The Federation of Free Farmers.
Okay, with the government and their genuine service to the farmers and the local communities.
Okay, very good, Mr. President. Papan po.
News release. PBBM calls on Federation of Free Farmers
Nabasa ko
to
na.
keep their legacy alive.
Hmm.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. urged the Federation of Free Farmers to persist the legacy of their founding members by embodying the Federation's mission and to continuously take part in
Tumatawag si Ryan. Ryan, nailab na ako. Sorry.
in supporting and empowering our farmers and fisher folk.
Okay.
The chief executive reaffirmed that the enhancement of the nation's agricultural productivity is one of the administration's top priorities.
Mm-hmm. So self-explanatory yun. There's no need for me to comment.
I wish to reaffirm one of the top priorities of this administration, which is the enhancement of our agricultural productivity, the guarantee of our food supply, the affordability of our food supply, and our lessening dependence on importation. The president said.
Pangalawang beses na binanggit, hindi gusto ayaw niya ng dependent tayo sa importation po. Diba? Maganda yan. Okay.
The president confidently said that the administration is steering the growth for the country's fisheries and farming industries with utmost urgency. With a substantial budget of
Ang laki.
85.88 billion pesos for 2023 and a proposed 92.40 billion pesos for 2024, I am optimistic that we can propel the modernization of our agri-fisheries sector, the president said.
Okay, yan. Ang laki ng budget for the agricultural sector. At since ang presidente ang namamahala, we can be sure that it's almost free of corruption. Wala po. Kasi siya ang namamahala ng Department of Agriculture. Okay.
The chief executive gave his assurance that the government is striving to implement efficient mechanization strategies, reduce post-harvest losses, and ensure optimal yield.
Okay.
For 2023, 4.73 billion pesos was allocated by the Department of Agriculture as an investment for large-scale agriculture and fishery mechanization, whatever.
I have 4,907 subscribers.
Good.
It was done 4,700. I must be doing something.
You must
Just
be
last
doing
week.
something right.
Just last week, ang aking subscribers was down to 4,770. Now, is now up 4,907 despite the fact na ang time slot ko talagang walang manonood. Siguro dahil sa replay, ay hindi napipilitan mag-subscribe yung iba. Thank you po sa bagong mga subscribers ko. Okay. Hello, tatay. Masantos yung araw mo ulit kayo. Hello, sexy. Okay. Pinati ko na siya. Nanyan si Charlene. Okay. Nawala na naman isang wala nang
What's ulit in Pangasinan?
lamot.
Lamot.
Okay. So, wala na po. Meron kong isang pinost na kani. Bukas ko na lang babanggitin yun yung pwede ko na siguro banggitin. Ang ginawa ng presidente po tungkol sa enerhiya, di ba mayroong subsidy sa oil, sa gasolina? Ginawang simple na lang ng presidente ang pagbigay ng subsidy. Dati-dati, kailangan ang oil must be above $80 per bottle bago mag-trigger yung pagbibigay ng subsidy.
Okay.
So, 3 months pa. 3. So, hirap na hirap po yung mga tricycle driver, mga bus driver, mga jeepney driver. Kasi hindi sila kagad maka-avail ng subsidy. So, ang ginawa ng presidente po, knowing the plight of these poor drivers, kaya gawin yung simple ang pabibigay ng subsidiya. Yan ang kagalingan ng ating presidente. Ewan ko kung bakit hindi na i-print na. Ginawa ko na lahat. Okay. Okay, so wala na po. Walang medal ngayon kasi walang nag-comment. So, thank you very much. Asahan nyo na puro balita lang. Walang bangayan dito sa second part. Always balita lang. Kung gusto nyo ng balita tungkol sa presidente at sa mga other interesting stories, dito po kayo magpunta. Hindi, walang inyo. Dali lang po ang ating live stream. Hindi tayo mapapapaligoy-ligoy. Okay.
So, Trexie, masantos yang ngaram ed si Kamet. Charlene Kim, anyong gasayo.
Mahilig sa Korean television series yan. Ulitin mo nga yung bati mo sa kanya.
Ewan ko tama. Basta, anyong gasayo.
Okay. Alam mo? Charlene Kim, you're special. Okay. Bye-bye. I love you all. Hope you remain tuned to this channel. Okay. Okay. Salamat po. Yung niluluto mo, Mrs. Ford.
Oh, I could smell it. Buti.
Oh,
Tama.
okay. Yan, nagluluto pa ka.